are back.
Yes, sir.
We are back. Welcome to episode 3 of McCoy and Van Noy, presented by Toyota, official automotive partner of the NFL. I am one half of your gracious host, none other than Gerald McCoy, the 93rd wonder of the world. Big chest from the Midwest, the one that never fails. I only thrive because I'm from the south side of the 405. And my gracious co-host is...
Yes, sir. Kyle Van Noy. I don't have a rhyme for you, but I am a 2-time Super Bowl champ, and
Yes,
I am
he
a
is.
current Baltimore Ravens player. That's all I got for you. Welcome to the show. Can't wait to get going. We got a lot to talk about today. Let's get to it.
Yes, we do. We got some season predictions, but first, let's get into the hottest news going on right now. First thing we want to get into, the San Francisco 49ers, Brandon Ayiuk. They
Get your
finally
money.
did it. They gave you your money. There's a lot been going on there. But the biggest news has been Brandon Ayiuk, but it's not the only news that's going on. They got a player to come back because they paid him, but there's also a player that is not there and refuses to show up, who might be a bigger part of the offense than Brandon Ayiuk. Not a skill player. Generational talent.
Yes.
Went to one of the best schools ever.
He did? What school?
The University of Oklahoma. We talk about Trent Williams. He said he's standing on business. Brandon Ayiuk stood on business. Trent said he's standing on business. And the impact of a Trent Williams, we've seen how he's transformed his offense.
Can you explain to the people why, though, he's who he is?
For sure.
I think you got to get into it a little bit more.
Okay, so when you think about, I've been quoted as saying that the NFL produces mutants. Trent Williams is one of those mutants. This guy was 320 pounds and ran a 4.82. That's a 320-pound man almost running a 4.7. To put it into perspective, that's like 4.7, low 4.7s, high 4.6s is like tight end times. This is a 320-pound man that's dang near running what tight ends run when they run the 40-yard dash. Not only is he like that, he's a dog of all dogs. He's in the Pro Bowl every year. He's first team All-Pro every year. And the way he transformed this offense, I know they have CMC, Christian McCaffrey.
And the way he's transformed the tackle position.
Absolutely.
We got to keep it a buck. He's been unreal at the tackle position for almost 2 decades, but I got to give him credit for being the swaggiest left tackle ever to play. He looked like a skilled player. He's got the shoes. He's got the swag. Just everything about him, just his aura when he steps on a football field is of a dog.
Yeah, it's of a dog. It's of a Hall of Famer. It's when you talk about the greatest, it's not just on the field. It's the total package. The reason we love Randy Moss is showmanship. And the reason we love a lot of these players is when Cam Newton was hot, when everybody was dabbing, it's because with the flair that Cam Newton brought to the game. And that's what Trent brings. He brings more than just his dog on the field, but he is a weapon the same way we would look at Christian McCaffrey as a weapon, the same way we would look at Deebo Samuel as a weapon. I'll tell you why. The impact of a Deebo Samuel and a Christian McCaffrey, you can use them a lot of different ways. You can do the same thing with Trent Williams. If you need to run a screen, use Trent.
He's out in front.
If you need a lead blocker to pull to the opposite side of the line, you use Trent. He's out in front. If you have arguably the best running back in all of football and you want him to continue that and make it a lot easier on him, run to the left behind
You're running to his side.
If there's a scuffle before the game and you need somebody to say, hey, hold up, this ain't what we doing. Let's clear the spot. You need Trent Williams. I'm here. So the impact that he's going to have. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. You also have to pass block. You have a Brock Purdy who was, a lot of people didn't even know about Brock Purdy. He took the league by storm. No, you know what gave him a lot of that comfort is the fact that he didn't have to look to his blind side because he knows the big dog
didn't
over
even
there,
have to think about it.
He got my back. We seen in the preseason.
He's back there like this, Gerald. He's back there like, hey, I'm good.
Yeah, he got all day. And we seen in the preseason, he didn't have all that time. A lot of that's why he was scrambling, throwing the ball up, throwing this interception, making this mistake. That's the preseason. Wait until these teams start game planning for him and they know, hey, his bodyguard, he ain't here right now. Let's go get him. So,
but you made a quick thing though. In the preseason, he did get hit a lot.
Yes,
he got hit more than
most
starting quarterbacks in the preseason, especially when he played the Raiders. They were getting after him, and he got hit way too much for my liking if I was an offensive coordinator. And I know Shanahan had to be sitting there like, hey, Jay Lynch, we got to do something because we can't go into the season like this. But that's where it's probably looking to, is that he's probably not going to play week 1. What do you think? What is your guess?
Trent Williams is in the class of 06, the University of Oklahoma high school class of 06, the 2010 draft. I've been knowing this guy pretty much since he left high school. He ain't coming. He ain't gonna be there. What did Magic say? I'm not gonna be there. That's what he's not gonna be. He not going. I'm telling you right now. If Trent say he ain't going, he ain't going. He don't care. Going. Trent got a lot of money. He got a lot of money. And one thing Trent has always understood, he knows his value. San Fran.
Oh, yes, he does.
San Fran.
He did it in Washington, right?
Yes, he did.
If you go back and he was like, I'm not playing and you better trade me.
Yes, he did. Trent knows his value. He knows what he brings to this league. He knows the traction he brings. He knows when you talk about the San Francisco 49ers, you're going to bring up Christian McCaffrey. You're going to bring up Brock Purdy. You're going to bring up Brandon Ayiuk. You're going to bring up Deebo Samuel. You're going to bring up George Kittle. And you're going to bring up freaking Trent Williams. It's very rare that you got to name off the guys on the team. And one of the main guys is an offensive lineman. When that San Francisco 49ers come out the locker room, who are the two people in front? Deebo
Samuel and Trent Williams with that boombox.
That's all I'm saying, man. He brings an identity to this team, why they're so dominant and why they've been so dominant. And without him, I don't see them being the same team. And it's crazy to say a left tackle can have that type of impact on not just the offense, an entire team. And right along with the craziness, they got players out here getting attempted robberies, getting shot. Man, listen, the world is a dangerous, dangerous place, man. And guys have to really be careful with what they're doing, how they're moving, who they're talking to, who knows their location. Man, I understand we as football players feel invincible, but we are not. We are just humans, man. Killer, how you feel about that?
Yeah, I looked his name up real quick because I wanted to say it right. I know his first name's Ricky, but I wanted to say his last name correctly. It's Pearsall. Rookie from Florida, receiver, had high hopes to begin the season. He's been kind of nicked with injuries, and then to have a situation, an unfortunate situation like this, where he's in, I guess he's going to, in San Francisco, going to an event where he's signing autographs. And then I guess after the autograph, somebody pulled up on him and, happened to get shot in the chest. I saw the video of him in pain, holding his chest with the medics. I mean, what a tragedy. And how I just can't imagine his thought process, like, continue into the season. Like, you literally been nicked up, then you get shot. I just think I don't even know I feel bad for him and what he's going through. What a bad thing to start off, but just bad in general. I think you hit it on the head. I think guys need to be more careful, but I also want to know, where was like security helping out?
Yeah,
like, I feel like that's got to be a must for players that do these signing autographs going forward. I think everybody that's doing autograph signing, they better make sure, hey, I have security when I get there and leaving. When I get in my car and leave, I need you to take care of me. I think that needs to be a must. I think that should get passed through players in the NFL getting that done if you're doing a signing.
Yeah, for sure. And especially a situation like that. And I don't know if people are paying attention, but this is 3 years in a row that this happened. I think people are forgetting Tank Dell just went through this.
Oh,
he just had the same situation, but his situation is completely different. It's not like Tank Dell. He was just enjoying himself at home, regular party, things happen. He got shot. This is like an attempted
Brian
robbery.
Robinson, the running back too.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know all the details to that, but it was cold that he came out to many men. I was fire.
That was, I mean, granted the tragedy, but that was cold. Yeah, that's the way you return. But in all seriousness, man, like you said, the security has to be better to Ricky in this situation, and thoughts and prayers to him, not just him, but his family. And speaking
just
of
craziness going on with the Niners too. Like, you also have them coming off a Super Bowl loss, and then they've been you've had a bunch of things going on within the
I had a question
entire
about that.
Organization. Go ahead.
I had a question about that. So you have, when you're consistent like that, what they've been, we've seen them in the Super Bowl, we've seen them in the NFC Championship multiple times, and we see them in the Super Bowl again. When you have an organization that's on a run like this, people have to get paid. There's going to be people who want to get paid and don't have the opportunity. There's going to be people who hit free agency and go to other teams. There's going to be guys who actually do get paid. There's a lot of ups and downs, a lot of craziness in organizations like this. I want to speak more to the mindset of players. When you lose a Super Bowl, you had an opportunity. Y'all lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. And then y'all came back the following year and won the Super Bowl versus the Rams. What is the mind? How do you go about doing that? Because we're seeing a lot of craziness going on with the 49ers. And sometimes when you come off a loss or you've been on this run, you can start to have like a tailspin where because you on top of the world, but then there's all different things going on. How do you stay focused in a time like that? Now, granted, I had Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, but what is the mindset of a player or in the locker room, or even maybe what the coaches were telling you when you've been on a run like this and you lose a Super Bowl and you get over that hump? Like, what do the 49ers have to do to get over that hump and move past this?
Yeah, that's a really good question and conversation. I mean, what goes to mind was in 2017 when we lost to the Eagles 41-33 in Minnesota. It also sucked that we were in Minnesota, right? It's super cold after the game. That made it probably even worse. But just thinking back and going through that process of how tired you are to like get all the way and to lose that and have another opposing colors of confetti fall on you is not a good feeling. And then going into another season, like, man, we got to do this all over again. It's mentally challenging, especially when you've won before and when during that dynasty period, they're going to the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl every year. Think about all of those miles that have been put on players that are extra because you're playing longer into the season, and mentally it's a grind. And then to mentally refocus for a whole new year. I believe that's kind of why the Chiefs start off a little bit slow, because I feel like that is like that. I know in New England, we started off slow every year. That following year in 2018, we started off really slow. I remember going to Detroit where Matty P took over Detroit at the time, Matt Patricia, and they beat the brakes off us in Detroit, and they weren't that great, but they whooped us that, and it was like, oh man, what are we doing? And it was kind of a grind like that for a while until it's funny, until it got really serious to playoff contention. And then it was like, all right, we need to fix what we need to fix. And then we turned it on, and then we have one of the greatest upsets ever in NFL history going to the Chiefs at the time with that high-powered offense with Tyreek and a young Patrick, Sammy Watkins, a lot of good players, a young Travis Kelce. And, you know, I think of what can you do is you got to have leaders. The leaders have to step up. I know Fred Warner's a great leader there. I see him he wants to win. I talk to him all the time. We talk about winning. That's all he has left on his resume as being a Hall of Famer. He just needs to win the big game to just solidify that spot even more. And I think they had the same thing similar to when I was in New England. They had a defensive coordinator coaching change. Matty P left, and then Brian Flores took over for us. So there was that going through the season and learning a new system, kind of new plays and a different style of football that ended eventually getting us over the top in those big games, which paid off dividends. So they have a lot of similarities to when I was playing in a dynasty or a team that was consistently ready to play in the show every year. And it's going to take a lot of effort. And I'm going to go with, too, like, I saw Manti Te'o on NFL Network talk about they look tired. You don't see the same energy and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But my rebuttal to that would be, because I also agreed with him, is that they know what it takes. They're a veteran group, and I think they know that their window is closing. And I think that this year is huge for the Niners. Like, I think after this year, they're going to have to make drastic changes in their players and whatnot. I would love to hear your thoughts on it, of what you think about the Niners. Like, they've been in the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl the last years. Like, what do you think their mentality is? Besides, do you think this is kind of like the Michael Jordan, even though they haven't won championships? I totally get that. I'm just talking about the mentality that this is the last dance for them, because they are getting older. That core that they have is getting older.
Yeah, I think that they understand that. Like I said, me and Trent are the same draft class. So they understand he's getting older. He understands he's getting older. That's why he wants to get his money now. But I also believe they know, like, everybody's catching up. And the things that they've been doing and getting away with, people know now. And that's what happens, is you can't do the same things over and over again in this league and be successful. You have to find new ways to be yourself. You have to reinvent yourself, find new ways to be yourself. And I think that people are catching up to the 49ers, which is why we'll get into it later. But I have them winning the division, but I do not have them getting all the way to the Super Bowl, due to a lot of all of this that we've been talking about and all of this craziness that they have going on. And
I also think they have a tough division too. I think people are sleeping on the Seahawks with the new coach, Mike McDonald. That defense looks such improved from last year to this year, and people been sleeping on Geno Smith. He's got weapons up there. They got Kenneth Walker running the ball. I like them to be competitive up there. And then you can't count out the Rams. I mean, Sean McVay has that team ready to go. They have some young draft picks on that defensive side. Matthew Stafford looked like an MVP last year, and then nobody's talking about him.
They
less than Geno Smith is Kyler Murray down in Arizona.
They are acting like Kyler Murray and Rodney Harrison Jr. do not exist.
Yeah,
that's a mistake.
Marvin Harrison.
Marvin Harrison Jr. We gonna get that right. Forgive Gerald. Marvin Harrison Jr. Forgive me. But they're acting like Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler Murray do not exist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But even with all the craziness going on, we have to talk about the crazy stuff with you. What are up with these wasps? Gerald versus these wasps. What is this? Explain it to myself and the fans. You got to explain what these wasps, you versus these wasps. What's this about?
We're going to get into it. We're going to take a break.
Right,
we're going to take a break, hear from our sponsors. We're going to take a break. We're going to hear from our sponsors that keep our chains moving. But when we get back, I promise you we're going to get into it. You don't want to miss this. We'll be right back.
All right, we're back. And Gerald has to tell us stories, because we gotta know. All of us are waiting. We're all at the edge of our seats. We gotta know why you're battling wasps. What's up with you, Gerald, versus the wasp? Explain to us.
Well, I live in Texas.
Okay.
And the wasp nests are insane right now. Like, pest control trucks is everywhere. All right. So there's a remedy that most people know. You got water and Dawn soap, and you can drown the freaking wasp nest. You can either hold the water up to it, or you can drown it by just pouring it on there, or a lot of people use spray bottles or whatever. All right. Well, my son and his buddies, after football games, they like to come to the house or whenever they hang out. And in our driveway, there's a basketball goal. We, as Killer, as kids, you lower the goal so they can go try and dunk and all that. Okay, so
him.
Yeah, you know exactly what it is. So my son, his best friend is a large human. As a kid, he's large. So he goes to try and snatch the rim off, and all of a sudden, all these kids disperse. They come in, Daddy, Mr. McCoy, the wasps is everywhere. So I'm like, all right, let me go deal with this. All right,
okay, hold on. Little break. Mr. McCoy, do you like that? Do you like being called Mr. McCoy?
I don't care. Mr. McCoy, coach, whatever. They call it's all uncle. Okay. All up. They got a lot of different stuff. But
all right.
So I'm like, all right, let me get my remedy going. I'll go get my water, my Dawn soap. And I'm like, all right, I get the stool so I can just stand up and, pour it down. But then I realized, all right, freak, where are these wasps coming from? I look, and how the basketball goal is, you got the rim, and the back of the rim is attached to the backboard. So they built this nest inside of this enclosure of the rim / backboards. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna just have to drown it out. Bro, I pours it on the backboard where the rim is, and they just disperse. But
this doesn't sound good, Gerald.
One of these suckers was bold. That dude ran in my shirt and stung me like 3 or 4 times.
Oh my gosh.
In my Jordan voice, at that point, it became personal. Because he stung me up. So now I got to get at you. Because one, you came at my kids. You came at my god kids. And now you gonna come at me? Nah, we not doing that. I'm from Southside Oklahoma City.
Getting personal, making that phone call pest control,
bro,
right?
No, the pest control already been here. They didn't get the job done. Gerald's gonna do it. So what I did is, I went and made a fresh batch of water and Dawn. And I forget a cup. I got a whole pitcher this time. Oh, I had a plan. Bro, I mapped it out. All you Home Alone fans, I rolled out the paper. I mapped out this full plan. I said, they have to see me. I said, kids, go in the house. It's up. So what I did is I poured. I had a broom. I said, I pour, I swing. I pour, I swing. In the midst of this happening, as I pour, I hop down off the ladder. Bro, I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I held this broom like a lightsaber. And what I'm doing is, as these wasps are coming at me, I'm getting at them. And I told them, hey, tell your friends about me. Whop, step on him. He came out, boom, hit me in the neck. It's all good. I took that. That's nothing. Took that one, whop, got him. I got hit in the elbow. I got hit, bro. I'm telling you, it was like I was getting shot. I got hit in the elbow. I said, that's enough. Slap, got him. Bro, it was a real fight out there. And
how many times you get stung, you think?
Okay, I got stung in the chest 3 times. I got stung in both hips twice. I got stung in the elbow and in the wrist. I don't know. I wasn't a mathematician, but that's
like they won.
No. I got them all up out of there. I killed like 15 of them. And the nest is gone and they didn't come back. I won. But hey, listen, sometimes you get in these brawls, sometimes you get in these tough matches, man, you might get a little scuff, your eye might be swollen. But as long as when they say, Ed Steele, I had that belt around my waist. They knew what time it was. And guess what? I left one alive to tell the story. Go tell all your people, if you come to the McCoy residence, it's up for all of y'all. So I'm waiting on them to come back because it's some in the backyard. So I know they planning. But hey, listen. Hey, Wasps, if you're watching McCoy and Van Noy, please believe I'm waiting on you.
I love that. Awesome story, bro.
So
awesome.
we talk about
I'm glad you made it.
I live to tell the story. And when you have these battles, you like to hear about the preparation. You hear my preparation I just gave you. I prepared for this. But there's a battle coming up on Thursday. Opening day. You said not only am I a 2-time Super Bowl champion, you said I'm a current Baltimore Raven. We got the reigning MVP, Lamar Jackson, going into the reigning champ's house, the Kansas City Chiefs, led by Kyle Van Noy on Thursday night. Opening day, what has the prep been like? What is the building like? How are you feeling? We are excited, but we can't be more excited than the guys playing. Tell us what's going on.
Man,
it's go time.
You just got me all riled up. Let's go play right now. The prep's been amazing. I believe we've had, I don't want to say a good week, right? We've been preparing this for a while, just like they have. They've known since the schedule came out, coach has been preparing, getting ready, and then just diving into the game plans, making sure we're on the same page. And then just the urgency. A lot of people are going to talk about this being a revenge game. No, you can't say that because that was an AFC championship game. I just don't, that's just not possible. I just think this is the first game. This was the last team we played. They're the champs, and we're going to respect them going in there. They earned being the Super Bowl champs from last year. But it is a 0-0 start.
Absolutely.
And they have a new team. They lost some players. We lost some players. They gained some players, and we did. So I think it's going to be an awesome matchup. I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to it. The urgency in the building and the vibe is really, really good. It's awesome. I'm really pumped to play in this game, especially on opening day where you get to be the first game. Everybody's watching. You got to get your dances right before you make a play. You got to get on the same page.
Get your warm-up gear, your warm-up look right.
Yep,
you rock a visor, don't you?
Right.
Don't you wear a visor? A dark visor?
No,
Haven't you worn a dark visor?
You're not allowed to wear a dark visor.
No, I'm talking about warm-ups.
Oh, yeah. You already know.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I'm wearing the Dion cleats, too. I'm looking fresh. I'm ready to go.
Hey, listen. See, you was fortunate enough, man. Hey, and this is listen, I love my team, so I'm not going to discredit my team I played for, but unfortunately, we didn't win a lot, so we wasn't on prime time a lot. You had the opportunity to stun on people because you've been in a lot of primetime games. So I know you got the pregame fit, you got the pregame routine. This camera's here, that camera's overhead, that camera's over there. I know you ready. But see, this is me. This is how I feel. I wonder if there is a little, and this is me. I don't even want you to respond to this. I wonder personally if there is a little of Lamar that has a little personal vendetta of my record versus Patrick Mahomes. I know that the comparison, they always say Patrick Mahomes is the clear-cut best quarterback player in the league. This is the reigning MVP, two-time MVP. And a lot of people are saying in order to get to that Super Bowl, you got to beat this guy. And so far in the league, you haven't won there. And he's gotten the better of you. So for me, I'm sitting back. What I'm excited to see is how Lamar goes into this game. You can't say nothing about it because you know what's going on inside the building. But from a fan standpoint, that's what I can't wait to see. And that's why this game is going to be so exciting. But this is just one game. There's a game.
What I can say is because
you got Derrick Henry too. Oh,
yeah. I was gonna say that is an awesome addition.
What?
But I think Lamar, I will say from where he was a year ago, he looks electric. And I say that because he's lost a lot of weight. This dude is moving. He looks like he's at Louisville right now. The way he's moving. I mean, Buddy is running a 4.4.
That is ridiculous.
It's crazy.
That is not fair. And I fully believe you because he looked like he was running a 4.4 before. So if he lost weight, got stronger, but also lost weight, I can only imagine. And I'm so excited. But you got Thursday night, and then you got Friday, and then you got
what games do you like? Let's go down the list.
So we got the Packers and the Eagles in Brazil.
Ooh, Packers versus Eagles. How do we feel about that?
Timeout from football, NFL. Y'all thought it was smart to take a bunch of millionaires and send them to Brazil to play football? NFL. Hey,
you're not allowed to leave your room.
Hey, they allowed. They told them it's not smart to. Hey, clip this.
They got a lot going down over there. It's not safe, right?
Clip this right here. NFL, y'all thought it was smart to take 2 teams full of millionaires and send them to Brazil. I'm a married man, but hey, I got the Eagles winning this one. I got the Eagles winning this one. I just feel like
you do?
Yes, I have the Eagles winning this.
I'm going with the Packers then.
Yeah, nah, I got the Eagles winning this one. I just feel like collectively what the shortcomings of the other team is, the Eagles just are better at that, which is the Eagles are better at stopping the run than they are at the pass defense, which we don't know. This is a new year. Last year they were terrible at pass defense, but we know they can stop the run. Most of their big guys are geared. I understand that, but most of their big guys are geared to stopping the run. And if the Packers, when they got on this run last year, they were running the lights out of the ball. Aaron Jones rushed for over 100 yards, had 3 tubs versus the Cowboys. And before that, he had 5 games leading into that, including the playoff game where he was over 100 yards. So that's when it turned around. You bring in a Josh Jacobs to continue this run. Okay. But if the run is stopped, Jordan Love has to go beat you. Now, it's yet to be seen if they pass defense is better, but collectively, as a whole, I just like Philly to win this one. And you like the Packers, which is fine.
All right. Yes. That's one. All right, let's go to the next game. Steelers at Falcons. Ooh.
Yeah.
Good defense versus Kirk Cousins.
So this is going to be, to me, the battle of the defenses. And if I'm picking, I'm going to – why am I doing this? I have to be unbiased. I'm going with the Falcons because both teams have new quarterbacks. Both teams have new weapons. I think the Falcons team collectively as a whole
have better weapons.
And I believe Kirk Cousins is better right now in his career where he's at than where Russell Wilson is at. But
I love TJ Watt and Cameron Hayward and Minka Fitzpatrick and my old teammate Patrick Queen, man. That defense on the Steelers is nothing to play with.
Yeah, but look at how the Falcons loaded up on
Falcons,
defense.
Man. Yeah. Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier running back, Kirk Cousins with the weapons. Ooh, I'm going to go Falcons too.
I got Falcons too. We got Cardinals, Bills. This is not as clear cut as y'all think. The Bills, I don't know if they're going to be the Bills of old. And I just told y'all, Marvin Harrison Jr. And Kyler Murray, people are forgetting are on this team.
Yes, they do. They've been quiet down there too. I like that. That's good. They've been working, I think.
Going on the road to Buffalo.
You know why I'm going to go Buffalo? I'll pick first. You know why I go Buffalo? Because they're playing at 1:00. I think it's an advantage. I don't think people talk about it enough. A West Coast team going to an East Coast team, it's really, really tough to do.
It is.
It's obviously been done. I like the Bills because of that and Josh Allen.
I like the Bills collectively because of Josh Allen, but I also think this defense is going to be tough on this offense. So I'm going Buffalo as well.
Okay.
Titans at Bears. Will Levis, you are officially the guy. You are officially
Caleb
the guy.
Williams.
And your roster is no slouch. The Titans have an underrated. The Titans have an underrated roster, but guess what? that kid that originated at where? The University of Oklahoma.
USC.
Originated.
USC.
If you have any association with the University of Oklahoma, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know.
Shout out to the USC Trojans winning last night.
Whatever. Now, hey, listen, what we seen in the preseason, now we get an opportunity to see it live. Game plan. Ain't no, I don't know, I don't feel good. We had practice 2 days ago, and I know it's go time. And I'm excited to see this one. But at home, I'm going with the Bears. I'm going with the Bears.
All right, this one might be quick. I don't know. Patriots at Bengals.
Who you got? Wait, you got Titans or Bears?
Oh, sorry. Titans or Bears? I'll take the Bears.
All right. Yeah, and we can run through the rest of these because let's see who we got.
Patriots at Bengals. I'm picking the Bengals.
I got Bengals.
Texans at Colts. Okay, we do have to talk about this because they've been talking a lot of trash. A lot of trash. podcasts they've been talking, media they've been talking. They do not like each other. They think Stroud's been talking too much. Zaire, I believe, has been the one talking with the Colts. They don't have to be friends. I like that. I'm like that too. I'm not your friend when we play. Even my friends that I'm cool with, I'm not cool. I'm not friends with people. I'm with that. I like that.
Not while we competing. And Anthony Richardson is thinking, hey man, y'all writing me off. Y'all ain't got to see me yet. Y'all didn't even get to see me with all my guys at full strength. They got all their guys now.
Who do you got?
At Colts, I'm still going to go with the Texans.
Okay.
I think that D-line is going to get after Anthony Richardson, but they not on their P's and Q's. They forgetting this dude can kill you with his feet. But I'm still going with the Texans.
Jaguars at the Dolphins.
I'm actually going to go with the Jags.
Ooh, I was thinking about it too, but since you did that, I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
All
Panthers at Saints.
Ugh. That is nasty work.
Both teams that you don't like, so that was funny.
I'm gonna go with the Saints because they at home. That place is hard. That's a hard place to win. I'm gonna go with the Saints.
I'll go with that too. Vikings at Giants. I feel like this is gonna be a good game for some reason. The playoff game. I know people aren't there, but I feel like it's just got a good game to it.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think because of the unknown of both teams, that it's going to be a good game. But I'm going Giants at home.
I am too, just because at home, I just think they're going to somehow find a way, and especially with that stymied defense they got with the new guns. Raiders at Chargers. This is going to be a sneaky good game too.
Raiders. Yes, I said it.
Game.
I'm going with the Raiders.
You are? I'm gonna go with my guy Jay Herbo.
You ever seen Max Crosby play against division teams?
Have you seen Khalil Mack play with Joey Bosa? Not much because Joey's been hurt. But that's all right. He's gonna be back this year.
Yeah, but Christian Wilkins is there now.
I know that's the little brother too.
And I heard Brock Bowers. They said Brock Bowers might be second best player on the team.
Yeah, he's Crosby. Cold, I heard.
And some people said he might be the best player on the team.
Ooh,
that's the word I got from Raiders camp. That's all I'm saying.
I might have to go with the Raiders too.
I'm going with the Raiders.
Just because I play the Raiders next week. So if I see this, I want to say I'm picking the Raiders.
Broncos and Seahawks. I got Seahawks.
I'll take Seahawks too. Cowboys at Browns. Ooh,
I'm going with the boys.
Oh, I'm going with the Browns.
Yeah.
All right, Commanders at Bucks.
Come on, man. Stop playing with me. Don't do that.
I'm going to go with the Commanders then.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm going with the Rook. Daniels, I feel like they're going to shock some people on defense with the Commanders, Buccaneers. Let's go Commanders. All right, this is going to be a good game.
Killer, look
Sunday
up.
night.
Killer, look up. As long as you know. Yeah. Sunday night, Rams and Lions. It didn't go so well last time for Matthew Stafford. Even though he played well, they didn't finish it. Is this the time that Matthew Stafford gets his get back?
I don't think so. I think the Lions are going to make a statement, just like they did last year at the first game of the season. I'm going with the Lions.
I'm going with the Lions, but I think Matthew Stafford going to light that place up. I think he's going to light that place up. But I think the Lions, going to shake back on defense and, do enough to get the win. And
this is a phenomenal game, too.
This is a great game.
Monday night.
At 49ers. All I'm going to say is this. You fans, Killer, anybody listening, do your research on Aaron Rodgers and the 49ers. He takes it personal. He felt like he should have been the number 1 overall pick, but they took Alex Smith. It's a childhood dream to play at that place. So every time he has an opportunity to play against the 49ers at their place, just go look at his numbers. Go look at what he did.
Does he play well? Because I feel like he hasn't played well.
At the 49ers, the only time he didn't play well is when they ran him out the stadium when they was
in the NFC Championship.
Yeah, when freaking Packers shouldn't have been there. But the last two regular the last 2 regular season games there, he lit them up where he killed them. And remember the 2 plays to Devontae Adams. Remember, they got the field goal. They need them 2 passes in the middle of the field. Bang, bang, field goal, win. Aaron Rodgers, but go look at his numbers. He lights that place up. I got the Jets with the upset on the road, the 49ers. Yes.
That's a bomb. Ooh, this one's tough. I'll go Niners. I'll go with the good old faithful. I'm going to go with Trent Williams also going to be playing in that game.
Yeah. Well,
all right, guess what? Guess what time it is?
You're wrong. He's not going to play and they ain't going to win.
Yeah, I should say I'm going to take him. I'm going to take the Niners if Trent Williams plays. How about that?
I got you. All
right. Unfortunately, it's break time.
It is break time. So we'll be right back. We're going to be right back with our weekly drive to win. But we need to hear from our sponsors who keep these lights and these cameras on, and that keeps our chains moving. We be right back. McCoy and Van Noy. Be right back.
Here we go. We are back from break. Let's get into our weekly Drive to Win segment presented by Toyota, official automotive partner of the NFL. Let's get to it. Who you got, Gerald? Who we got for your Drive to Win?
So, our Drive to Win. This is our question. Of all the new week 1 starting quarterbacks, who has the most to prove? That can be whether they are who we thought they were. They're worth being the starter.
Oh, yeah.
The team can depend on them. This is the guy moving forward.
Is he the guy?
There's a lot of different things. But if I have to pick one.
Who's your one?
I'm going with Russell Wilson. There was a QB competition and a controversy.
Was it a competition?
It was. There was a QB competition. And after that performance that Justin Fields put on, a lot of people didn't think either one of them played good. But a lot of people, including me, thought, hey, Russell Wilson haven't played. He's dealing with the calf injury. He looked a little defeated on the sideline. They might be leaning towards Justin Fields, but Russell Wilson came in and said, I'm a vet. What you thought this was? I'm the starter. But Russ, you ain't played good since you left Seattle. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I said it on air. This is me and Killer Show, so I'm going to say what I want. You ain't played good since you left Seattle. And with a team that's driven by defense and all they've been missing is a viable quarterback since Big Ben left, you got a lot to prove, buddy. You got to make this fan base and all these people, but make them believers of that the coach made the right decision. Russell Wilson is our guy moving forward. I'm going with Russell Wilson. You've been checked down, Charlie. You've been checked down, Charlie. You holding the ball a lot. Hey, Russ. A lot of this going on. Forget it. Hey, listen, you did all that politicking and yes, well, you know that it's about moving forward and all that. We ain't got time for all that. Put up some points, Russ. Put up some points.
Yeah, I think if they can get the run game going first, I think that would help out a lot. But I'm actually going to pick one of these starters too. He is not a new starter, but I think he is because he only got 4 plays. That's Aaron Rodgers, especially after the offseason he had, missing time. You saw the clips of him getting into it on the sideline with Garrett Wilson, and I know those happen all the time, but I feel like they were happening quite frequently. And just kind of everything that's been going on, all the stuff, and I know New York media is a little bit different, so you hear more out of New York always. But I think he has the most to prove because they literally have sold the farm for him. The whole team is under Aaron Rodgers, and I think he has the most to prove week 1, not only because they've sold the farm, but who he's playing. He's playing a Super Bowl contender team, and what else to make a splash to go on the road at the Niners and win, and then all of New York, he would be the king. They would be like,
I like it.
So he's my pick for the most to prove in week 1 for the NFL
I like it.
starter.
Way to think outside the box, man. I liked it. I liked it. But in liking that, It's happening, guys.
Uh-oh.
It's happening again.
I hate it.
I hate it.
I don't like it.
Dang it. It's happening. We've come to the end. The end of episode 3 of McCoy and Van Noy. It's been a lot of fun.
Closing time.
Before we close, I want to make sure that fans, we want to hear from you.
Yes, we do.
Please send in your questions, send in your comments, send in your love, send in your hate. And even if it's hate, we want to see your face. We want to see the videos. We want to hear the voice messages. We want to hear from you. We need feedback in order to give you guys the greatest show on earth, which this is and will be and will continue to be. We need feedback from the fans. Send in your questions, your comments, your love, your hate to McCoy and Van Noy at yahoosports.com. Video messages, voice messages. All of you guys jump the line. We love you. Killer loves you. We'll see you guys next week. Week 1, Killer.
We need you to subscribe to us. Subscribe, follow us, rate us, watch us on YouTube, spread the word. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your brother, tell a friend. You got to tell everybody. This is going to be the best show of the season. McCoy and Van Noy. Peace and love to you guys. Love you, GM. And thanks to Brett and Joe and Adi for just holding it down for us.
Before we go, blessings and love and peace. Good luck. Travel safe. I can't wait to talk about the game. Go out there and get them, man. 1-0 on the season. Let's go. Get it.